Dr. Drew here, co-founder of iScout. I want to come to you all and share with you all our flagship product. It's called Compass. Everything that we're building in this platform is going to be built on top of a database, and Compass provides comprehensive reporting. Now, this was born out of a hardship that I had personally because I had an Excel workbook. So if any of you all out there that are still taking your stats in an Excel workbook or Excel page, or you're trying to build it or create it, been there. I understand your pain. But what happened was we had an Excel workbook that we built over 10 years, and it became very cumbersome. I was doing it, then I passed it off to my team, and we had this one instance where a team member had to leave, and we hired a new team member, and the new team member didn't put in some stats right. We got to our vision casting 6 months later, realized that that team member hadn't put something in. It took me a week to figure out what they didn't put in. It took me another couple days just to figure out what the numbers were that needed to go in there. And by the time I did that, I didn't have time to analyze my data, and that was the first problem I realized I had. I was looking at my data retroactively at best, and this is information that we needed to make decisions on a day-to-day basis. Big business uses data to make decisions. Data doesn't lie, right? So that was what spawned us creating iScout, and what it does is there's over 30 key performance indicators that is tracking automatically. There is no manual entry. We don't have to sit down there and record each practice member and what happened with each person and what happened with this visit and who did this. It tracks it for you automatically. You get great visuals for it, and you get information that you can make decisions on that help you be more profitable, saves you time, and allows your staff to do what you hired them to do. And that's to interact with your practice members or your patients, right? So I'm gonna dive in. I'm just gonna show you the dashboard. And if you look here, this dashboard is designed to give you a snapshot. And there's a lot of stuff in here. I'm not going to go through all of it right now. Schedule a demo for me with that. But if you look at this, at the top you'll see that every heading that has an asterisk, that means you can get to a secondary, more detailed report. We didn't just want to give you graphics that were pretty. We wanted to give you graphics that were pretty, but also gave you actionable information that can help drive business revenue and the customer experience in your practice. So I'm going to click on one of these just so you can see. This is called the practice member without future appointment. So when I do that, it populates a list. It gives me all the practice members who are considered active, who do not have a future appointment. This keeps people from falling through the cracks. You've been in practice long enough, you know it happens. Oh, a month later, I haven't seen Susie. Oh, where's Billy? But at that particular point, there's two things that have happened. Number one, your care has been devalued because you didn't make it a priority for them to be in. They didn't come in. Number two, that's lost revenue because that person's visit paid you when they came in. So there's two problems there, both of which are problematic to chiropractic. So that one report solves that. Also, if you look through here, you look at this dollar visit average. This is another big one that a lot of people use. These are two numbers you need to know. Dollar visit average, cost per visit. How much is it costing you every time someone comes through your door? And on average, what are you collecting for each visit that comes through your door? But if you click on that dollar visit average, it brings up a scatter point chart. And what that does is give you a financial snapshot of your practice in one place. Common sense approach. Green's good, yellow's cautionary, red's bad. So when you see red dots, that means there is a problem. So if I hover over one of these, for example, I see that this particular person has paid $810, but they've been in for 84 visits and their DVA is $9.64. That's a big problem, and I can identify that very quickly without having to pull up 6 different reports, and we can go towards working towards a solution. Now, if you remember back in the first page, your cost per visit was $26. If your DVA for this person is $9.64, it does not take a rocket science to figure out that we are losing money. And the people who come in our practice are depending on us to be there next year and the year after, so we need to run a profitable practice. Those are just a few things that you can get from this that happens automatically, that doesn't require any manual entry from you or your team, that save you time, helps you be more profitable, and help you serve more members in the community. So schedule a demo by clicking the link below. I'll take you through this whole platform. I'll answer any questions, and I'll show you how this is going to help us push chiropractic into the 21st century.